Hello and welcome to the fifth video of the Introduction to IoT using Node MCU video series. In this video, we will learn about how to use Node MCU as a HTTP server. So first, what is an HTTP server? A HTTP server or web server processes requests via HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, a network protocol used to exchange information on the World Wide Web. The main function of the HTTP server is to store, process, and deliver web pages to the client. Now, in order to write the Arduino code for this project, we need to install some libraries, namely the DHT Adafruit library, the ESP Async Web Server library, and the ESP Async TCP library. Now, to download the DHT Adafruit library, open the Arduino. Open Sketch, include libraries, then manage libraries. Now search for DHT. Now as you can see that the DHT Adafruit library is already installed. If it is not installed, then select the version and click on install. Now open the ESP Asynchronous Web Server library page on GitHub and download the zip file. Now go to downloads and extract the zip file in the Arduino installation library folder and then click on extract. Repeat the same process for the ESP asynchronous TCP library as well. So now let's talk about the code. First, we import the required libraries. Then we replace the SSID and the password with your network credentials. Then we are defining the digital pin to which we are connecting the DHT sensor. In this case, it is digital pin 4. Then we are defining the DHT type that we are using in this project, that is DHT11. Then instantiate a DHT object with the type and pin defined earlier. Now we are creating float variables T and H to hold the current temperature and humidity values. The temperature and humidity will be updated in the loop part. Then we are creating an async web server object on port 80. Now we create timer variables that will update the temperature readings every 10 seconds. Now in order to create the web page in which the temperature and the humidity values will be displayed, we need to write some HTML code. All the HTML text with styles are included in this index_html variable. Now this meta tag makes your web page responsive in any browser. The link tag is needed to load the icons from the Font Awesome website, which we will discuss shortly. Between the style tags, we add some CSS to style the web page. So we are basically setting the HTML page to display the text with Arial font in block without a margin and aligned at the center. All of the previous tags are included within the head tags, which is not directly visible to the user. Now within the body tags are the web page content, which is actually visible to the user. We add a heading to the web page, which is ESP8266 DHT server. Then there are two paragraphs, one to display the temperature and another to display the humidity. These I tags are the ones that display the Font Awesome icons. So now let's go to the Font Awesome website and search for the font that we want to include. For example, thermometer. And then we select the icon that we want to use. Then copy the HTML code and insert it into the Arduino IDE original code. Now the next line prints the word temperature onto the web page. The word temperature between the ampersand is the placeholder for the temperature value. It is like a variable that will be replaced by the actual temperature value from the DHT sensor. The placeholders on HTML text should go between the ampersand signs. Finally, we add the degree symbol. Now we use the same approach for the humidity paragraph as well. Now we have some JavaScript in our code which updates the temperature and the humidity automatically after every 10 seconds. To update the temperature on the background, we have the setInterval function that runs after every 10 seconds. Basically, it makes a request in the /temperature URL to get the latest temperature reading. When it receives that value, it updates the HTML element whose ID is temperature. Now we need to create the processor function that will replace the placeholders in our HTML text with actual temperature and humidity values. When the web page is requested, we check if the HTML has any placeholders. If it finds the temperature placeholders, it will replace the temperature that is stored on the t variable. And if it finds the placeholder humidity, it will replace it with the humidity value. Now in the void setup part, we initialize the serial monitor, we initialize the DHT sensor, then we connect to your local network and print the ESP8266 IP address. Finally, add the next lines of code to handle the web server. When we make a request on the root URL, we send the HTML text that is stored in the index_HTML variable. We also need to pass the processor function that will replace all the placeholders with the right values. We need to add 2 additional handlers to update the temperature and humidity readings. When we receive a request on the /temperature URL, we simply need to send the updated temperature value. It is plain text and it should be sent as char, so we use the c_str method. The same process is repeated for humidity. Lastly, we can start the server by server.begin. The loop is where we get the new temperature readings from the sensor every 10 seconds. Basically, we check if it is time to get new sensor readings. If it is, we store a new temperature reading on the new t variable. If the new t variable is a valid temperature reading, we update the t variable. The same process is repeated for the humidity. Now we upload the code on the NodeMCU board. Now the code is uploaded, so we open the serial monitor, press the reset button on the ESP8266. The IP address is displayed on the serial monitor. Now open your web browser and copy that IP address. Now the web page is displayed and you can see that the temperature and the humidity is displayed. It will get updated after every 10 seconds. Thank you for your patient listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for further videos on this course. Thank you.